Okay. Shoot, my little avatar. There we go, there we go. Hello everybody, welcome back to the Peppermint live stream. Now that I'm, thinking about this, it probably would have been funnier to put some classical music, some more intense classical music, but I was too lazy to change the background music, so we're getting chill Animal Crossing music instead. So, yeah. So, I don't know, it's what the title says. We're doing Varka's story quest today. I don't know what I should expect from this quest at all, really. 'Cause, one of the main things, narratively, that I find so interesting about Varka, and I want them to touch on, but I don't know if they will, is the fact that he was supposed to be, he was supposed to take our place. Like if the Traveler didn't exist, he was supposed to be the one who saved Mondstadt, right? Which is part of, the greater, how Tevat's fate system works, right? Which I've mentioned several times on stream, but I love that idea of fate. It's so interesting. Where the main events still happen even if you quote-unquote break away from it. If you break away from fate, let's put it, there's going to be something else or someone else that's still going to have the events, the events of the Mondstadt story quest are fated to happen. So even if the Traveler isn't there was still going to be someone to take that place, which would have been Varka. But he actively chose against it because he wanted to go on his expedition and investigate the wild hunt and stuff, which I guess is why we're there, or maybe not why, but it's really interesting, and there's a part of me that wants them to touch on this idea of Varka was supposed to be the Traveler of Mondstadt, again, narratively, right? However, I am kind of hesitant to have that expectation because Genshin's story quests they're kind of hit or miss. They kind of have a reputation of not necessarily being about a character, and if it is about a character, not necessarily the interesting part about it, let's put it. I like to think Sino's first story quest, because I'm one of the few people who actually played it, where I feel like one thing that I find interesting about Sino's lore is his backstory of being raised in the Temple of Silence and him having Hermanubis inside him and him being adopted by Cyrus, that's his name, right? I think it is. And his first story quest had none of that. We had to wait till the second, years later, for that to be brought up, And so they're very hit or miss. Genshin's writing has improved a lot, but I just hope I just hope we actually touch on I guess the interesting stuff, I don't know. If you're gonna set stuff up with an entire animated short, it ain't me. That's Hoyo themselves. Hoyo themselves are setting up these expectations. If you're gonna drop a whole animated short specifically about how Varka connects to the fate of Mondstadt and Tevat and stuff, why wouldn't it be about that? But again, cautiously optimistic here. Hello, hope that the stream endures 3 hours. We'll see about that. Okay. I've been rambling on for way too long. Let's shut off the music and let's get straight into the game. Alright. So I was in Natlan because we were doing Kinich's story quest. But let's wait, actually let me put on his. That's the wrong one. Oh. Yeah. Oh, that's new. Okay. Well, I do want to go to quest. View letter. Where letter? Oh. To me. Hey! Long time no see, my friend. What's that? You say that we've just met recently? For a heart that's always misses its friends, every second feels like an eternity. And after such a grand adventure in Nodcry, you must have gathered quite a few stories along the way, yes? Are you perhaps looking for an old friend to talk to? Do you happen to need a bard? One who can turn your tales into... Shut up, Venti, shut up, shut up, shut up.
Looking out over a meadow, cider in hand.
Oh my god, shut up. Do you happen to need a bard? One who can turn your tales into verse? If so, come and catch up with me at the Star Snatch Cliff. The wine is poured and the strings are already tuned. Signed, a bard. Oh gee, I wonder who that could be.
It's from the Tone Deaf Bard.
Yep.
Apparently, he wants to hear all about our adventures in Nodcry. Maybe we can get some tasty treats out of him in return. Come on, let's go to Star Snatch Cliff.
Hey yo, why am I stream lagging? Oh god, the stream's lagging. The Genshin curse is hitting me again. See, and you guys wonder why I don't do any actual gameplay. Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to just stand here doing nothing. Oh. Not gonna lie, I didn't think Venti would show up at all in this story quest. I'm gonna be so for real. Okay. No, no, no. Oh, crap. My own game lagged. Mondstadt is home. It is. Okay. Nah, we're gonna meet up Venti at the top of the cliff.
Wouldn't gliding be faster?
Nope.
Huh?
Yeah, I have no I feel like I have to say this every single time I stream this damn game, but I don't know what to do about the lag. Like, I actually don't. Cause like, I think it's the internet, and if it is, I don't think there's anything that I can do, unfortunately. This is actually the reason why, because I used to stream Genshin, like, back during, ooh, boy, like, I think before Inazuma came out. Yeah, no, like, a long time ago. This is back when it was just Mondstadt and Liyue, I think. I used to stream this game, but because of the lag, like, I genuinely thought it was, like, unwatchable to people, and so I just stopped. And it wasn't until Fontaine when I started, like, streaming it again. It was Liyue, now that I'm thinking about it. I think it was the Liyue quest that I was playing. Yeah. Okay, where is he? Hey, dude, what? Oh. Oh, you're down. Oh, you're down there? Okay. What you doing all the way down there? Close to the Thousand Winds Temple, I see? Okay, okay. There he is!
Ah, welcome back, old friend. And how should I be addressing you these days? The honorary knight of Mondstadt? The Tumaini of Natlan? Or the great hero of Nodcry?
Just call me by my name, Borbatusk.
Well, you sure have your finger on the pulse. We've barely caught our breath since Nodcry, but it sounds like you've already heard about what went down.
News travels fast on the wind. But before I can turn your tales into tunes, I need to hear them from the horse's mouth.
I mean, to be fair, we did just, like, eliminate the moon that's been there for thousands of years and brought the new one. Also the frost moon goddess. I guess they combined the powers of all three of the moons. A lot happened. Quite a lot happened. I would be surprised if the gods didn't notice.
My wine and my lyre are at the ready. So please, traveler, take a seat and tell me your tale.
Are you spying on us? You tell Venti everything that happened in Nodcry. It was quite a lot.
Amazing! Incredible! The Rapier of Solnari and the Doctor? Truly a tale for the ages!
I love how excited he gets talking about, like, two of, like, the worst people ever.
So I'm guessing the Wild Hunt is a thing of the past now that you've defeated the Rapier of Solnari.
Well, Wild Hunt, I guess. I don't know about the Abyss, though.
Seems that way. We were kind of focused on dealing with the Doctor, though.
I'm going to find soup. Find your soup. There's still some vestiges? Okay. There's still some vestiges of the Wild Hunt around, but not enough to pose a major threat.
Well, that's good to hear. Hey, now that the Northern Abyss calamity is finally resolved,
That's what it
Varka must be getting ready for the triumphant return of his expedition, right?
Wait, so does this take place before or after the event? Genuine question, actually.
I haven't seen him in the longest time. He must have so many stories to share.
I was gonna ask, you two have really met before?
Hooray! Paimon was wondering about that, too. He did call you Barbados. But weren't you still fast asleep back when he was in Mondstadt?
Yeah, wasn't he?
Let's call it half asleep.
Okay.
I was resting my eyes in the Thousand Winds Temple one day when I heard a commotion outside.
Huh?
It was a young knight who had journeyed there in search of trials and oracles after hearing some tall tales at the local tavern.
I don't know if that's a young knight, but yeah, sure.
In fact, all that awaited him were moss-covered walls and an angry ruin guard. But he seemed completely unfazed, laughing heartily as he sent the ruin guard's missiles flying off into the horizons.
Huh! They must have been making quite a racket if it was enough to wake up the tone-deaf bard.
Varka's story before the return of the night.
Yeah, it sounded kinda like...
Boom, boom, boom. Explosions.
Hey! Is that all you've got?
Oh shoot, okay. That's, the Dotori clone, isn't it? No, I'm just kidding, I'm kidding.
Whoa, bring it on.
Wait, that's the guy that everyone's been shitting on Twitter for his voice acting being, like, too intense, isn't it?
like that.
I need to hear him out, but, like, from what I've heard, I actually really like it.
Giving up already? You're not half as tough as Varka said.
Dead inside. Absolutely dead inside.
A young knight of Favonius trekking out to the Thousand Winds Temple in search of adventure. Now there's a sight I haven't seen in a while.
Oh, Varka's story is before the return of the knights. Oh, I'm sorry. I just read that comment again. Oh, so this is before the event. Okay. That actually makes more sense.
A bard in green clothes. Does this mean... Oh, you're Venti? I was just wondering how I was gonna track you down.
Oh, so you were looking for the tone-deaf bard? Strange place to start your search.
I would have tried the angel's share. I would have gone to the cat's tail. He wouldn't go there.
Hold on. Blonde hair, white hair. You must be the honorary knight. And Paimon! The Grand Master talks about you all the time. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Lowen, Vice Captain of the 5th Company of the Knights of Favonius and a member of the Expeditionary Force. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Oh, so you're part of the expedition, huh? Right. So that's why Paimon's never seen you around in Mondstadt. Hey, wait a second. We never saw you in Nodcry either.
Yeah, I'm a new character, so, yeah, that happens.
That's probably because when the Wild Hunt was still running rampant, I spent most of my time out on my own, making mincemeat out of monsters. I barely went back to base at all.
Dude, what are people talking about? His voice acting is great.
Then, once the wild hunt calmed down, I got sent back to Mondstadt. Mixed blessing, if you ask me. Sounds like I missed out on some serious action.
No wonder we never saw you while we were dealing with the doctor. So, why did Varka send you back?
Don't tell me he sent you to.
Deliver some letters.
I was gonna say deliver a letter.
There's one for the Knights of Favonius, one for the church, another for the Dawn Winery, at least 10 of them in total.
Jeez, how many people has he sent to deliver his mail now? Mika, Inefa, Lolan. He should just hire a full-time mailman already. In fact, he's earned himself a new nickname. Let's go with Sir Writes-A-Lot.
Another day, another nickname, huh? Tone-deaf bard?
I'll have you know that poetry and letters were humanity's earliest means of expressing their thoughts. So, tone deaf or not, I wear the title of bard with pride. And I consider Sir Writes-A-Lot to be quite a compliment.
Heck yeah.
Wait, really? Darn it! Maybe Paimon should come up with some harder-hitting nicknames for these two.
Anyway, since this young man has come all the way to the Thousand Winds Temple looking for me, I assume he must have a letter for me too. Am I right?
You sure are, to use the Grand Master's own words.
This one is for the bard in green clothes. These days, I think he goes by Venti. Doesn't really have an address as such. You could start by asking around in Mondstadt, or maybe try your luck at the Thousand Winds Temple.
I figured that since there was this punching bag here, oh, sorry. I could get some
Sorry, that made me
practice in
laugh.
while I was at it. So, I came right here the second I got back to Mondstadt.
That was so stupid. I don't know why that made me laugh. That just did.
That Varka is so slapdash sometimes. It's a good thing we happen to be nearby.
Oh, what does the letter say?
Oh, he also said to remind you to write back.
Nothing in particular. Just some idle chatter between two drinking buddies.
Bull.
But if I'm supposed to write back this time, I'll need some time to mull over my response.
Bull. That was bull.
Varka gave you a whole bunch of letters to deliver, right? Maybe you can head into Mondstadt and deliver the rest of them first?
My thoughts exactly, assuming I can find the way. Hopefully the roads haven't changed too much since the pre-expedition days.
Honey, I don't think the roads have changed in like thousands of years. I think you're fine.
Well, why don't we have Mondstadt's honorary
Your
knight
face
escort
lies,
this
literally.
homeward-bound wanderer to the city? I'm sure some of the recipients
Oh, getting rid of
Varka's
us.
letters will turn out to be old friends of yours, too.
Getting rid of us, I see. All right. Have no objections.
Let's go! It's been a while since Paimon's done any guide work.
Thank you so much, Honorary Knight. And you, Miss Guide.
Ms. Guide.
The Abyss. The Wild Hunt. Andreas.
Oh, this got serious.
Get home safe, Varka.
Oh, that got serious. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. Like, Boreas
Why
is
do
supposed
my
to be like...
ears feel so hot all of a sudden? Is someone talking about me?
That's right. Like, Andreas is supposed to be like, I know he has, like, something to do with Varka. Don't know what it is, but, you know, he's called the Knight of Boreas, of course.
Surely there's no way anyone found the secret stash of cash in my office. That would be terrible.
Grandmaster, bad time to get distracted. Watch out! Enemies approaching!
Is this a flashback, or...?
Huh? Oh, it's just a few stragglers. They're no real threat to us. This expedition is almost over. We just need to deal with these final few targets, and then... we will make our triumphant return!
Yeah! Oh, for reals? Oh, wait, look at my mouse moving. He can do that. I need to get it back. I need to get it back.
Stormwind!
So far, it's just...
Without the ray here of Sonari to direct them, it seems like all that's left is their primal urge to destroy.
There is a world quest that talks about Andreas. Oh.
If this is all that the Wild Hunt can muster now, surely the Lightkeepers of Nodcry will be able to deal with what's left.
Just like I thought. What we should be wary of now is...
Grandmaster, based on Lightkeeper intel and our own reconnaissance, one of the suspected targets should be just up ahead.
Good. You know the drill. Stay here and stand guard. Leave the rest to me.
Yes, Grandmaster!
Floating head?
We meet again, Andreas.
Hello? Wait, ain't you in Mondstadt? What the hell? Face the wolf spirit.
So, you've returned from Mondstadt. Don't you want to see what it looks like now?
What?
I was planning to take a look around
Oh, okay.
myself. Perhaps you could be my guide.
What's this? An echo from 1,000 years ago?
Okay. Okay, now I can only walk. Hello, what's happening? We chatted up with Venti. Varka sends him a letter. Venti's like, oh shit, stay safe, Varka, I'm not kidding. And are we in a flashback? I don't know if we're in a flashback. We're talking to Andreas, apparently, who's in Nodcry for some reason.
Everything seems normal so far. Here's hoping I'm just overthinking things. There are 2 other places to check. Maybe this will all go smoothly after all. It's your turn, my friend. Come, Andreas!
Huh? Flashback.
Although, for returning to your old home, perhaps Andreas is a little too ostentatious.
What? Oh, wait. Oh. Okay.
Might be better to go by...
Boreas?
Boreas.
It's Boreas! Wait, okay, no, okay, because I've said this like so many times on stream. Hold up. No, this is important, actually. This is important. You guys can't see it, but I'm gonna look up the proper pronunciation of this damn name. Boreas! Yeah! Yeah, it's Boreas! It's Boreas, yeah! Not Boreas. I was right, it's Boreas.
Huh?
Injustice, corruption, iniquity.
Okay.
Is the surface world still as wretched and foul as ever?
Yeah.
Answer me, heir to the knighthood of Boreas.
Boreas.
Looks like I'm not getting out of this without a fight.
What is this? Is this to those who embark on the expedition? Okay, what's going on? What is going on? I'm confused. But answers shall be revealed. Hopefully.
That's where things stand with the expedition. The victors will be returning home soon, so make sure to stock up on wine for the celebrations.
Jean internally is like, oh.
P.S. I hope everyone's keeping up with their daily training. I'll be testing you all when I get back to make sure no one's regressed. P.P.S. I wrote individual letters for each and every one of you. Don't forget to write back.
That's all.
Everyone gets one? Wow! Sir Writes-A-Lot is really living up to his name.
He cares.
I guess the Grand Master must have something specific to say to each of us. Even I got a letter, and I'm not a real knight yet.
You good there? Actually, no, she's not.
Jean?
Oh, yes. That's our Grandmaster for you.
I have a headcanon. Okay, headcanon that I just came up with. I have a headcanon now that Jean secretly liked it when Varka was away. It's my little headcanon of mine. Like, she respects him, of course, because he's the Grandmaster. You know, she likes him as a coworker, right? But, like, secretly, she kind of likes it when he's not around. Noelle, yeah, my goat. Yes.
By the way, anyone know where I can find the cavalry captain? I have a letter for him as well.
Yeah, where is he?
You mean Kaya? He said he was meeting a friend from the church at the Angel Share.
Rosaria.
Allegedly for work. Said he was exchanging intel.
Sure, dude, sure.
But I'd say there's a 50-50 chance he's just there for a drink.
The Angels Share, intelligence from the Church of Favonius. Yeah, that's Rosaria for you.
Paimon bets there'll be lots of familiar faces there. How about we deliver Kaya's letter? And these other two as well!
Really? Oh, that would be a great help, thank you.
Our thanks to you too, Lowen. The other knights will help distribute the remaining letters. You've had a long journey. Please go get some rest.
Great, but I won't be resting just yet. I have one last letter to deliver to Wolvendom. This one, I was planning on delivering personally. I heard that another challenger recently passed Boreas's trial. Well, with any luck, that wolf might be willing to reveal himself to me, too.
Very well, but please remember to show respect to the local wolves.
I will. Goodbye.
Guys, I think we should be concerned. He literally has no light in his eyes. Clearly something is bothering Jean. I should talk to her before going to the Angel Share. Whoops, wrong place. How are you doing?
Grandmaster offered lots of advice in his letter regarding my recent assessments. I didn't think he'd spare a thought for that kind of thing in the middle of an expedition. So, Honorary Knight, if you have the time, do you think you could help me out with my special training?
Sure. Here, block this attack. Block these arrows. Here he is in the flesh. Come on, fight me. Let's see what you have. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else around? No? Okay. Oh, Eula.
He wants to test me to see if my skills have regressed? I still haven't forgotten how he went easy on me last time. I'm assuming you must have seen him going all out before. When the time comes, you'd better keep an eye on him for me.
Lisa.
Wouldn't gliding be faster?
Ah, the Grand Master. The archives are filled with documents awaiting his review. I'm not letting him run off again until he's finished dealing with every last one. On another note, have you spoken to Jean? I hope she'll finally be able to relax a little once Varka returns.
Nah, man, her stress will just elevate. If Noelle becomes a knight, it would be a skin. She's so tough, she didn't even flinch. Yeah, that's true. Exactly. You know, the Knights of Favonius are a very nepotistic, there's a lot of nepotism in the Knights of Favonius, and unfortunately Noelle just doesn't have that many connections. She has Varka, yeah, but like, he ain't even there half the time. Just looking around to see if anybody's... No, guess not. Sucrose! How are you?
The Grand Master wrote in his letter that the Boom Blossom Bombs we sent worked really well. He wants to know if we've made any more.
You sound different.
Uncle Varka's
Oh.
I can't wait to go outside and play with him.
Mika? No, where? Oh. Hey guys.
Okay, we'll deliver these letters to the Adventurers Guild and the Cat's Tail. You can just handle the ones for the Angel Share.
The expedition is finally wrapping up. Oh, I hope the maps I made on our way there are good enough to get them safely home.
girl, you good?
Honorary Knight, you're still here?
I'll be setting off shortly, but it seems like there's something on your mind.
Is it that obvious?
Yeah.
Huh? But Varka's coming back. The situation in Notcry is stable. Surely things are looking up.
That's exactly the problem. Varka's coming back.
True. From what you and Lowen have told me, the expedition has indeed accomplished its strategic objectives.
Listen, Traveler, you need to understand that no matter how much you may quote-unquote like your boss, nothing feels as good as your boss not being there to tell you useless shit and to do things that just make your little flow process worse. Like, Traveler, you need to understand, okay? I have been without my boss for the past 5 years, okay? And I'm going to have chaos back again?
It seems that Mondstadt no longer faces any threat from the perils of the North, be they the Wild Hunt or the Doctor.
Jean, you always made that face when something is a burden, literally.
And yet, for some reason, I can't help but recall something the Grandmaster said to me before he left.
If I don't make it back from this expedition, you'll have to assume the mantle of Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius.
Yeah, Jean, that's kind of what being an acting Grand Master is.
If it comes to that, remember to train the next Knight of Boreas in my stead. I've planted some promising seeds in Mondstadt, but they still need time to grow. Some have yet to master the art of social interaction. Some don't yet understand that they too need protecting. And some, well, some might not even want to be a knight yet.
Let's see, that's Razor, that's Noelle. Who's the last one? Because I was thinking Rosaria, but I don't know.
What's wrong? Well, there's no need to frown. I'm going on an expedition, not marching to my death. This is all just a contingency plan in the event that I'm unable to return. Until I return, I leave them in your care.
The lineage of the Knights of Boreas has nearly been extinguished twice in Mondstadt's history.
No?
The first wandering knight to claim the title arrived in Mondstadt 1,000 years ago, along with his wolf companion.
Some said it's Diluc, but I love more Rosaria. It's vague enough, it could be both.
He was as free as the wind. He left no succession plan behind. Even his name was lost to history. The title of Boreas could have disappeared from Mondstadt just as he did. But he had an informal disciple, a knight named Ravenwood, who admired the Knight of Boreas greatly. Ravenwood's valor and swordsmanship earned him the Wolf Spirit's recognition. When the old aristocracy tried to regain power, Ravenwood came once more to Mondstadt's defense. From then on, the title of Knight of Boreas was passed down from generation to generation within the Knights of Favonius.
Okay.
Wolf spirit? You mean that big blue wolf in Wolfenden?
Yeah, Andreas.
Correct. As you may already know, the Wolf of the North is the surviving spirit of an ancient god.
Yep.
And the Knight of Boreas serves as an intermediary between him and humanity.
Oh.
Lupus Boreas, who had never known what it meant to love, came to understand it through the journey with his human companion. In the end, he chose to allow his power to become one with the land.
Wait. Are you talking about Andreas? Like, Andreas specifically? Because, hold up. Because this companion was 1,000 years ago, right? Yeah, claimed to title arrived in Mondstadt 1,000 years ago, along with his wolf companion. Along with the wolf companion. But Andreas died during the fall of Decarabian, though. Okay, I'm gonna let it play. Maybe it's not the full picture.
This was once a well-known tale in Mondstadt, but these days, few people are aware that the starting point of the Wolf King's journey
was not Mondstadt, but Nodcry.
Okay. Huh? Could it be?
The great Wolf King of the North came here from Nodcry. Although he doesn't like to speak of his past. In fact, he rarely shows himself to people at all nowadays.
I'm going to assume that in the original draft it was Snezhnaya.
As such, this tale can only be found deep within the Knights of Favonius library. Even among the Knights of Favonius, few are aware of it. The Grand Master didn't disclose any concrete objectives before departing on his expedition. I couldn't help but wonder whether it might somehow be related to Nodcry's Wolf of the North. I kept my speculations to myself, however. Sharing them would only spread unwarranted suspicion toward the Four Winds among the people of Mondstadt. You experienced the turmoil caused by Dvalin and the East Wind's actions for yourself. Surely you can understand my concern?
There's also the fact that Andreas, while he was alive, was the primary reason as to why Mondstadt... Okay, like, Mondstadt was, like, originally, like, a cold wasteland, right? A cold mountainous wasteland. But, you know, people still managed to, like, live on it. Andreas was the reason it was, like, inhospitable. Andreas was the reason the Decorabian put up his storm barrier. Like, it was literally, like, impossible to live in. And, like, I think it was actually that specific reason, like, because Mondstadt was so dangerous to live in, which is one of the reasons why Andreas, I mean, I don't know if they're gonna retcon it, but at least in the OG Mondstadt lore, it was one of the reasons why Andreas, kind of sort of himself, so that, not that Mondstadt wouldn't be, like, cold, but that the land could be, like, more stable. Yeah, Venti did the rest.
No wonder Varka wasn't clear about his motives. Is that what he was worried about?
How much are they gonna retcon?
Very possibly. He was probably also reserving judgment. Having heard about your experiences in Nodcry, I now suspect that the Grand Master hadn't yet ascertained the true identity of our enemy at that time. And as it turns out, the calamity born in the north wasn't an ancient god, but rather the Wild Hunt and the Doctor. I guess we were both jumping to conclusions.
Well, always better to be overprepared than caught off guard. Facing the worst case scenario with no backup plan would have been far worse.
Yes, I completely agree. The tide can turn rapidly in times of battle. It's a leader's responsibility to prepare for every possible contingency, even if his contingency plan never needs to be put into action. I'm sure the Grand Master is relieved to know that it's in place.
Into a pretty long conversation, huh? We should probably go deliver those letters to the Angels share now.
Guess so. What, nothing else to say? Okay. Just, let me just get down there. I think I just lost myself.
Wouldn't gliding be faster?
No, I'll make my way. I'll find it. I'll find it. Let's see, and down here are some stairs. Yep. And then transfers of supplies. Up there, the bar is here.
When you're mixing drinks in hot weather, start by pouring in cold water and add ice cubes. Then drain out the water before adding the other ingredients. How's that for a secret recipe? Maybe it's worth a little intel in return.
Please. I've known that little trick for a good 10 years at least. You'll have to offer something a little more substantial if you're serious about trading.
Is he actually serious?
I know there's no one else in the tavern right now, but do you two really need to talk so loudly? Especially if you're supposed to be exchanging confidential information.
Sir, you need to understand that a bar / a restaurant is actually the perfect place to talk about sensitive info out loud.
Hiya, Rosaria! D-Luke! Paimon knew we'd find you here.
Looks like it's about to get even noisier.
A little liveliness never killed anyone. Traveler, Paimon, what brings you our way?
Got a letter.
Please allow me to once again express my sincere condolences regarding your late father and the incident with Eric.
Oh?
We make absolutely no excuse for his crimes.
Oh, whoa, okay. Wait, how far back was this expedition then? Wait, no, actually, for real, how far back does this go?
I hope you will give some serious consideration to the question I asked you before I left, though I'm sure you're tired of hearing me ask by now. The Knights of Favonius will always welcome you.
From the look on your face, I'm guessing the Grand Master is still refusing to drop it?
He nags like an old man. It's hardly surprising.
Huh? Drop what? What's this about?
Nothing, really. Before leaving on the expedition, Varka came here to chat with me over a drink. I failed to avoid him. He, asked me if I'd consider rejoining the Knights of Favonius, and I declined. He expressed his regret about everything that happened, and asked me to reconsider. That's all there is to it.
Sure, buddy.
Yeah, right. Sounds like you skipped a lot of details. There's clearly more to it.
And for that, my friends, you need to read the webcomic.
Whatever details I chose to omit are in the past. Dragging them back up now serves no purpose.
You say that now, but back then, you couldn't let it go. You and the Knights of Favonius were constantly at odds.
I wasn't seeing the full picture. I've had a lot of time to reflect since then. But my answer remains unchanged. I'm not rejoining the Knights of Favonius. Both the Grandmaster and the acting Grandmaster are too upright and honorable. I can't see the shadows that lurk beneath them due to the size of the organization they lead. They need someone on the outside to keep watch vigilantly.
If I had a Mora for every time I've heard you repeat that argument. I actually don't disagree with the first part of what you said, but don't you think someone can keep tabs on things from the inside?
When you join an organization, you're bound by its rules, no matter how free it may seem on the surface.
You think so? Never mind the Knights. Have you honestly ever been bound by the rules of the Church?
Good question. Have you considered that maybe that's why I chose to join the Church and not the Knights to begin with?
Oh.
Are they arguing or not? Kinda hard to tell.
No, they just have different ways of protecting, yeah. They just have different ways of protecting those around them. No, but I'm actually wondering, okay, because, like, Varka wrote that letter as if it's still, like, fresh in his mind, which makes me wonder, like, how long ago was this expedition? For this to still be, like, not recent, but, like, it still is, like a something to talk about, I guess? Like, I don't know. Because it's almost as if, like, it just happened, you know what I mean?
Oh, kind of like the contingencies Jean was talking about. The more ways they have to protect their home, the better. Huh? Traveler?
You good? I wonder if this is exactly what Varka was hoping for. Makes sense, actually. That, yeah, that does make sense. You know, putting all of your eggs in one basket is a bit, tends to not work out very well if one bad thing, I don't know, like, I think I explained it really bad. Putting your eggs all in one basket, sounds like a good idea, until the basket falls, and then all of your eggs are broken. And and so it becomes a better idea to put your eggs all over, like everywhere. Spread them out. Because if the basket falls, yeah, you broke a few eggs, but most of them are still intact.
What should I report back to the Grand Master on? Let me think. Public order inside the city, monster activity in the wild. Oh, and a review of the latest vintages. I think I'll leave it at that.
What about you?
My reply won't be a long one, as usual. I'm sure Varka won't be surprised.
The letter N. The letter O. Period. Where's Rosaria? Where is she?
I need to learn to handle my booze better.
You know, maybe you should, Jack. What the? Is she upstairs? There is no upstairs. Oh, you are.
If you hadn't had to deliver that guy's mail, you wouldn't have been subjected to all this tedious arguing. When I write back,
I'm sorry.
I'll tell him to quit making trouble for other people.
Okay, it was fine, okay, girl? Chill.
It's no trouble. Lowen did most of the work. We just volunteered to do the last leg of the journey. Mostly so we could come say hello.
Besides, I wouldn't really call that an argument. You just have different ideas on how to protect Mondstadt.
So you see what's really going on here? All three of us fell for that old rascal's scheme far too readily.
Huh? Scheme? What do you mean? Was Varka lying in his letters then?
No. While I'm sure Varka knows full well that Diluc would never agree to rejoin the Knights, I believe the sentiments he expressed were genuine, as was his offer to welcome Diluc back. There are people like Kaya and I, and then there are those who are true champions of justice to the core. Those people are the most susceptible to being driven to extremes by great upheaval. It's happened in Mondstadt before.
Sorry, I'm just rereading that again.
Not only that, but it happened to a Knight of Boreas. That'll really hit home for Varka. And that's why his nagging is even more persistent than usual.
Okay. A champion of justice driven to extremes? You're saying that happened to a Knight of Boreas?
Yeah. So no one's told you this before? The lineage of the Knights of Boreas had nearly been extinguished twice in history. The first was at its inception. The second was the case I was alluding to.
Oh.
Oh! Wasn't Jean telling us about this? Wait. And then we got caught up talking about the expedition, and we never got around to the second time.
I happened to hear about it from Varka once when he was drinking and started yammering on. The second crisis in the Knights of Boreas lineage. It was 500 years ago.
As always, as always.
Although the Knights of Boreas are meant to be intermediaries between humans and wolves, in practice, very few of them have been truly recognized by Lupus Boreas over the past millennium. Of those who have, the best known are the first Knight of Boreas, Ravenwood, the wolf pup Rostam, and Varka himself.
Okay, what? Wait, okay. Wait. Okay, no, that's actually kind of a lore drop. Rostam, that's Signora's fiance, right? I think it is. Go on. But was this known? Was this always a thing? Okay, wait, no, because I'm starting to be like, wait, was this always a thing that was, like, known? This is new to me.
500 years ago, there was one who earned the respect of Boreas even before gaining the title. He was a disciple of Rostam.
Okay.
They thought he would become the mightiest Knight of Boreas who ever lived. He was the perfect knight. Righteous, principled. His name was Roland, the blood-stained knight.
Sounds very positive.
Yikes! Bloodstained Knight? That sounds a little ominous.
Well, apparently his original title was the White Knight. But he lost countless comrades during the Abyssal Calamity 500 years ago, including his tutor and mentor, Rostam.
Yeah.
The endless bloodshed stained his sword and armor a crimson as deep as black. transforming the
disgusting,
White
bro.
Knight into the Bloodstained
Yo,
Knight.
that's disgusting, actually. Like, y'all, blood is like, especially coagulated blood, like, that's like sticky. And it smells like metal. And like, yo, like, his armor is a petri dish. Like, I'm being so for real. That is a petri dish. There's a lot of stuff growing on there.
After that, he threw himself completely into battling monsters, leaving Mondstadt and the Knights of Favonius behind. To this day, no one knows his final whereabouts.
The story of his artifacts. I've heard of the Bloodstained Knight before, but this might come as a shock to y'all. I actually don't know that much. I don't really know much about his story. I don't really. I don't know. I guess it didn't interest me. I don't know why.
It's hard to say whether the loss of an important figure in his life is what drove him to the point of obsession, or whether he was already too far gone to save. But had he known that the Knights of Favonius would always welcome him back, perhaps things would have turned out differently.
Whoa, was he kicked out or something?
So if you want my opinion, the reason why Varka keeps asking Diluc to rejoin, despite knowing that he'll never say yes, is to let him know you're not alone.
That's really sweet, actually. No, that's actually, like, really sweet. That is. Because, like, Diluc does have respect for him, you know? And he has respect for Jean, too.
After all these years, he's still as persistent as ever. Just like how he used to be with me.
Pep not knowing lore? Yeah, I know, shocking.
Huh. Turns out Varka's a lot more thoughtful than he lets on. Paimon had the wrong idea about him. Anyway, there's still something about this whole Boreas business that Paimon isn't really getting. Wasn't Andreas a god in Mondstadt thousands of years
Literally
in the
what I
past?
said. Literally what I said. That's literally what I said when Jean was explaining, like, oh, the wolf and his, like, companion arrived like 1,000 years ago, and the Knight of Boreas and blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, wait. So if Boreas is Andreas, it's just going by a different name. Like, why? But Boreas died, like, long before that. Unless, because, you know, he still walks around as a spirit. Unless he arrived in Mondstadt, quote unquote, 1,000 years ago, like, visibly, right? Like he made himself like a visible presence. Anyway.
If so, why did Jean say that Boreas and the Wandering Knight only arrived
Boreas! Oh my
1,000
god, this is
years
gonna make
ago?
me mad.
Plus, Paimon's super curious about what happened to Roland.
Shall we go get answers straight from the horse's or wolf's mouth? We can meet up with Lohan and Wolvendom while we're at it.
That's a great idea! Jean said he hasn't been showing himself much lately, but he always seems happy to oblige whenever you show up.
Thank you. It's called being the protagonist. Yeah, we should probably check up on Lowen. Like, I don't know, guys. Like, he low-key gives me bad vibes. Not, like, bad in the, like, oh, you're dangerous, like, avoid him type vibes, but, like, vibes in the sense of, like, hey, we need to keep an eye on him, you know? Make sure he's not doing anything a little too crazy, you know? Reel him back a little bit. Seems just a little bit trigger happy, you know? He's got no lights in his eyes. And he looks like a Totori clone. No? Wobble? Yo. Yo, what? Oh god. No! If my game... Oh my god, okay. It just lagged. It's fine, hopefully. Okay, Wolvendom looks weird.
What's going on here? Was Wolvendom always like this? Paimon has a bad feeling about this.
Actually, Rosaria had an extra line that would not help Razor with his letter. Okay.
The Wild Hunt! What are they doing here? Watch out!
Hallucinations? Abyssal hallucinations? I guess I got no choice. don't know how useful this will be, but... Oh my god, can I change? Thank you.
Let's light it up! Here we go!
Look after.
Oh yeah, I forgot he's squishy. I forgot he's squishy. I forgot man was still squishy.
Moment of birth! Everybody stand back! Yahoo!
Ow. That hurt, actually.
Time for takeoff.
Ow. Oh shoot, okay, that was uncalled for, actually.
Brace yourselves.
Ah, crap, I can't.
Let's light it up!
Shoot. Yeah, Albedo's like not built. I only have him for the Hexer, thing.
I'm going in!
I can't believe I have to do this. I can't believe I actually have to feed my characters. When was the last time I've done that? Oh. You know, see, it was so long ago that I don't even have Sweet Madames. Okay, how do I work? Let's give him an egg. Give him an egg. Feed him some skewers. Okay.
Here we go! A little gliding.
Ow. Ah, that's not gonna do anything.
Off we go! Let's play! Think you can get away?
I keep forgetting that he does that! Okay, no. Okay, that's... crap. They require nourishment. Yeah, probably...
Here we go!
This is the game teaching me for, having a goddamn
Time
life
for takeoff.
and not spending an eternity building on my character. This is a punishment for that.
Stand back. Brace yourselves.
Please. Die. Oh my god. I still have that stupid, like, bar thing. That stupid health bar. That gray one. How do I get rid of the gray one? It doesn't go down? Am I crazy? It doesn't go down. Why doesn't it go down, Guys, I'm concerned. Why doesn't it go down?
Think you can get away?
Coming to be.
No. I have to go all the way up? Okay. That was weird.
Oh, are you alright?
Oh god, did my stream just like die? Did my stream just die? Please, I hope it didn't die. You have to destroy the gray bar. The only thing I saw is that every time I hit it, the bar went up, and when it got full, it like... Okay. It's kinda still... Oh god. Is it good? Is the stream alright? Is the stream alright? Kind of. I didn't see the entire fight. Yeah, I didn't expect y'all to. This is why I don't play the game while streaming the game. This is the exact reason. Okay, okay. Stay alert, there's something nearby.
Oh no! What now? There better not be more wild hunt monsters!
Oh, it's you. Lowen?
You scared Paimon stiff! She thought you were...
Hallucinations.
Stop right there. Answer me this. The 2 letters I gave you, who are they for?
Excuse me?
2 letters? Wasn't it 3?
There were 3. Kaya, Diluc, and Rosaria.
Okay. Well, Paimon's coolest naive expression doesn't appear to be an act.
Hey! What are you trying to say? Wait.
He's saying...
What are you trying to say, huh?
He's saying you passed the test.
Paimon passed a test? Really? Huh! She didn't even realize she was taking one!
You may dispense with your suspicions. The wolf pack has borne witness. They fought against the aberrations that encroached upon this land. And our attackers showed no ability to disguise themselves this time. Ah, a familiar scent. Come. I will await you at the usual grounds.
Well, if the boss of Wolvendom has vouched for you, I guess I should apologize for doubting you just now.
It always pays to remain vigilant. Were you attacked by the Wild Hunt too?
Sure was. Fortunately, my experience in Nodcry didn't go to waste. Turns out the Wild Hunt all feel the same when you stab them. They didn't stand a chance. Something seems wrong with that old wolf, though.
I like this guy.
Go on. You should check on him.
I don't understand why people were like hating on his voice. Like, it's great. I love it. It adds character. It adds personality. Because, like, honestly, like, not to shit on any of the other voice actors, right? But for example, this guy, right? For example, this guy. Now I get it. He's supposed to be like a somewhat serious character, but like.
I'm Sino, the former General Mahamatra. Now I use my abilities to punish evil as I see fit.
Like, imagine having to hear this all the time.
If you share my devotion
having
to
to hear it
rules
like
and
this
justice,
all the time. Like, I get it.
then I can lend you my strength.
I get it. He's supposed to be like a semi-serious character, but when that's like all you hear all the time, constantly, like he doesn't even feel like a person anymore. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like Lohan sounds like a person, an exaggerated person, of course, because that's because he's an anime character. I don't know why people were hating on him. I think he's cool. His design isn't bad either. I don't see what's wrong with his design either. Razor! You good, bro?
Lupus Boreas, not injured. Why so weak? Am I not strong enough?
You are not to blame. With your Iron Claw, you successfully blocked their attacks. However, their assault went beyond the mere physical world.
Here comes more lore. Okay.
They followed my trail from the distant north across the ley lines. They sought to corrupt the territory I protect.
A trail starting in the north.
But I shall not let them succeed without a fight.
A trail starting in the north. So they came from Notcry?
We meet again, human Lupical.
Hey, it's been a while.
So, are you saying that the Wild Hunt we just got attacked by came all the way from Notcry to Mondstadt? How is that even possible?
Stowaway on a ship?
As you know, I stand before you as an incomplete being. I am but one remnant of the god Andrias' soul. The source of this turmoil. I can sense it. It lies in the north. It is the part of me that remains in Nodcry, from whence I came.
Huh? Now Paimon's even more confused. How can he be in 2 places at once?
Are all gods like this? Do you all like to split yourselves into multiple parts?
For many gods, housing a part of their soul within an object is no difficult feat. But those who can perform such delicate partitions as this are rare, even among the gods.
Shoot, yeah, no, that's some lore. Okay, talk to me. Keep going, keep going. Oh, wait, okay. Yeah, housing their soul within a specific object is no difficult feat. Yeah, that reminds me of the sword that the Raiden Shogun, not the Raiden Shogun, that A is in, right? Because like the Raiden Shogun, like the one you see in Inazuma, is a puppet, but like her actual soul is in the sword. But to like create, this is gonna be a metaphor for the shades, isn't it? Okay, because like you guys remember when I said that the little like bubble world that Alice created in the event is probably a metaphor and foreshadowing for Conria or like new Conria, right? Is it gonna be foreshadowing the shades? Like one being splitting themselves into multiple, like how the Heavenly Principles did with the shades? Go on, go on.
The Wolf King, Andrius, was particularly adept in this art. Otherwise, no remnants of his soul would have survived till the present day.
Makes sense.
Huh? The bard's back?
Hey, Venti, should you be talking about this in front of him?
Toadif Bard? What are you doing here?
Maybe the god of Animo guided me here.
I don't know, maybe
For
he
it
did.
appears that someone is in need of a tale from the distant past. And our wolf friend doesn't seem too keen on recounting it himself. Who better than a bard to do the honors? Lord Boreas, do I have your blessing to share this story?
Boreas! It's Boreas. Y'all saying it wrong.
As you wish.
Lupus Boreas wandered the frozen tundra and stumbled into the
Story time,
Sealy
story time,
Hall.
story time.
Enchanted by their song, tender as the dawn starlight, and curious about the ways of humankind, the wolf bade farewell to his home and set off for the city to the south.
Wait, go. They said something, but my mind wants to fight. That is true. Lupus Boreas wandered the frozen tundra and stumbled into the Sealy Hall. So it's a hall of angels. Enchanted by their song, tender as the dawn starlight, and curious about the ways of humankind, the wolf bade farewell to his home and set off for the city of the south. Okay. So he wanted to learn more about humanity because of the angels.
As the high tower crumbled and the fierce winds fell silent, Lupus Boreas, who once had hunted with the storm winds himself, looked within and inquired, was the shelter he provided for humanity really any different from that, given by the reclusive king in his tower?
That's Decorabian 1000%. That's Decorabian 1000%. Wait, so he had his own people? He didn't have his own people. No. Oh wait, does it mean the wolves though? Cause here I am trying to be like, is this gonna retcon it? Is this gonna retcon like Mondstadt lore? Cause in my memory at least, Andreas didn't have like he didn't have like a human civilization. Like his people were the wolves. His people were the wolves. But here it's saying that like he had people, right? As the high towers was the shelter he provided for humanity really any different from that given by the reclusive king in his tower?
The wolf entrusted those under his protection to a new god and quietly returned to the frozen north. There, in a palace long since abandoned by its former master, the great wolf closed his eyes and slept.
So he had people? I'm gonna let it play.
500 bitter winters passed, then 500 equally frigid springs. He slumbered undisturbed until a night stumbled in from the cold, just as Lupus Boreas had once done at the Sealy Hall, and awoke him at long last.
Okay.
The knight asked the wolf to join him on a journey south, to see once more the land that had all but faded from his memory. The gentle wolf, unwilling to refuse the human's earnest plea, split his soul into two halves and left his home once more.
I'm sorry, I'm just rereading it again. Faded from memory, the gentle wolf, unwilling to refuse the human's earnest plea, split his soul. Okay.
Seeing how the ice and snow had given way to verdant plains, hearing the laughter and song that now filled the once somber city, the aging Lupus Boreas turned to his friend, the god of Animo, and remarked,
"Aww.
So, this is the world the humans dreamed of."
That's so cute. That's so cute.
Though the knight's journey was not yet over, the wolf chose to bid farewell to his companion here. He had written the end to his story. What knowledge he had been gifted flowed into the land. Everything he was, he gave unto the world.
Okay, so it is retconned. This is retconned, isn't it? I'm not crazy. This is like, it's similar. It's really similar, but there's been some changes.
Well, that's how a bard would tell the tale. Lord Boreas, is there anything you'd like to add?
Or is Venti lying?
There is no need for you to ask that question.
So that's what happened. You returned to Mondstadt with that knight 1,000 years ago, and then, for the sake of the new Mondstadt, you...
That's so sad.
You need not feel remorse on my account. That was my answer, my decision.
No, it was a retcon. I'm like remembering stuff now. This is a retcon.
If anyone should feel regret, it is the part of me who remained in Notcry. I fear Andreas has not found peace in his heart even to this day. That is surely why those vile aberrations were able to exploit his weakness, sowing the seeds of all the turbulence that has ensued.
But we followed Boreas' trail in Nodcry. We investigated and discovered no signs of instability.
Andreas should still be slumbering by the lakeside. Perhaps all the recent turmoil in Notcry has had unforeseen consequences.
Makes sense.
And there's more. I detect another familiar scent from across the ley lines.
Oh.
A scent that reeks of blood.
Could it be Roland? The blood-stained knight? The petri dish of a man?
The white knight who became the bloodstained knight? The mightiest knight of Boreas? But wasn't he from 500 years ago? You think he's immortal or something?
I remember him as just a man. His lifespan should be no longer than any other of his kind. But before he severed his connection to Boreas, his final destination, it was the ancient kingdom of Conria, as you call it. Beyond that, I know not if he lived or died.
Conria, 500 years ago?
If you want to get to the bottom of this, I'm afraid you'll have to make another trip to Nodcry yourselves.
Oh. There's like an ad break there. Aw, man, the Venti, we spent like we were on this journey for so long, and now you want us to go. You know, we finally come back to Mondstadt. We have an entire little celebration, blah blah blah. You want us to drag our feet all the way back to Notcry, bro? It's like on the other side of the continent, basically, as far. You don't have planes.
As luck would have it, another old friend of ours just so happens to be free right now. If you ask him nicely, he might give you a lift. That could save you a lot of time on the road.
Dvalin?
No wonder I can suddenly sense the east wind's presence.
Okay, never mind what I said. Forget what I said.
If even Mondstadt has been affected by the fallout, Nodcry must be in real trouble by now. I hope Varka can handle it.
Varka? Is he in danger?
I believe too many passengers would slow our dear friend down. I fear he only has room to carry one person, along with perhaps a diminutive companion.
Understand. I'll go.
All right. Wish it could be me, but I accept that we should send our strongest warrior to fight Nodcry's battles.
Darn.
I'll stay here and deal with any wild hunt that try harassing Mondstadt. It'll be a good chance to try out some new moves.
I stay in Mondstadt too. With Traveler's help, Varka will be safe.
Razor worrying about his dad? Yes.
Razor, give me your iron claw.
It floats. It's dangerous to go alone.
Golden-haired
Take
traveler, give this token to the current knight of Boreas.
this. What's this?
It is a wolf spirit. It contains my power and thoughts. Though I have given him a piece before, this should bring him new strength.
The Dominator of Wolves once bestowed the power of his soul upon his pack, strengthening their hearts and sharpening their claws and fangs.
So when are we actually going to see a wolf in this game? Like a real one?
Hearts and flesh cannot bear the soul of a wolf directly. It would be akin to forcefully merging a human and a wolf into one being. They would descend into chaos. To prevent the entanglement of souls, the most I can do is temporarily house my power and thoughts within claws and fangs wrought of steel.
I love the specification that when he means claws, it's talking about a blade.
Although, truth be told, that knight does not lack for power. What he needs more is the thoughts within. But I shall leave this for him to explain.
Is it safe to separate a piece of the wolf spirit at a time like this?
The great wolf king of the north remains strong for now. Besides, do I not have the protection of my Lupacol?
I will protect Lupacol. The North and Varka, I leave to you.
Just give me the word whenever you're ready.
I sure didn't expect my experience fighting the wild-hunted Nodcry to come in handy back here in Mondstadt. Almost makes me wonder if this was the reason I was sent back.
Sure, dude.
Also, how come that bard knows so much, and what was he doing at the Thousand Winds Temple?
Oh, don't worry about him. He's weird. You know, it's a bard. He's a bard, so, like, you know, it's kind of part of his job to, like, know old stories and stuff like that. As for hanging around the Thousand Winds Temple, you know, he's into history. He's into history. You know, likes to look around, like, ancient stuff. We actually had been in the game since Razor's Witch Task. I'm trying to remember. I think I remember. Some, like, dead wolves. Okay, maybe not dead, but, like, unconscious wolves? Perhaps? If I remember? Yeah, there were some unconscious wolves. We never see, like wolves walking around, though.
Well, whatever. I don't really care. As long as I get to do some fighting. I'm looking forward to trading blows with Lupus Boreas when he's fully recovered. I bet he'll wipe the floor with me.
Okay. I'm worried about you, kid. I think we need to get you, like, maybe like a psychologist or something. The wolf not living. How you doing?
I can read Varka's letter.
Hey, yo!
I will try my best to write a reply.
Good.
A wolf's claws make poor instruments for writing human words. But that token will suffice to convey my thoughts.
Okay. And where's Venti? Oh, you're right here. Didn't even notice.
Any questions before you set off? Better ask now. You'll probably have to hit the ground running when you get to Nodcry.
So about the Wolf of the North.
The root of this turmoil lies with the remnant soul that Andrius, Dominator of Wolves and God of the North Wind, left in Nodcry. He once left Nodcry and braved the blizzards to confront the God of Storms and claim the right to rule.
Okay.
Yet even as the tower fell, he chose to abandon his claim.
Yeah, that is still consistent.
Instead, he returned to the north and slumbered for 1,000 years before finally journeying back under the name of Boreas, with the first knight of Boreas to witness the new face of Mondstadt. When the wolf spirit could no longer maintain his physical form, Boreas chose to pour his power into the ley lines. With that, he became the North Wind of Mondstadt, as he is still known to this day.
Oh yeah, because it was a fragment of him that returned to Mondstadt.
Any questions before you set off? Better ask now. You'll probably have to hit the ground running when you get to Nodcry.
So, Roland.
500 years ago, Roland seemed destined to become the mightiest knight of Boreas ever to have lived. But he was too pure of heart. He believed firmly in his own ideals of chivalry, vowing to eliminate all injustice from the world. But the world had never been perfect and pure, nor would it ever be.
This is giving me Death Note vibes.
Neither his mentor, the wolf pup Rostam, nor the Grand Master, known as the Lion of Light, could persuade him to temper his obsession. But what was the scent that reeks of blood that Lupus Boreas sensed? And what is its connection to Conria and the Abyss? Perhaps you will uncover the truth in Nodcry.
Thank you for setting up the story, Venti.
Any questions before you set off? Better ask now. You'll probably have to hit the ground running when you get to Nodcry.
So what about the token and the wolf spirit?
The soul of a wolf is as unyielding as ice, and Andreas is a master of molding and shaping it.
Okay.
His people once drew great strength and wisdom from the wolf spirit.
Like, I need to know, was his people humans or were they wolves? Because I was under the impression throughout this whole game, the whole lifespan was that it was specifically to wolves.
But human hearts and flesh cannot contain the soul of a god. Attempting to place the wolf spirit in a human vessel would slowly devour their sense of self, even if Lupus Boreas did not intend for that to happen.
Sorry, I'm reading this. Soul of the walls as us, molding and shaping it, once with great strength. Okay.
That's why Lupus Boreas developed the technique of imbuing weapons with his soul.
Okay.
It is his way of blessing his human Lupical with the wolf spirit's protection.
Makes sense.
In fact, there is an ancient song that tells this tale. A weapon once of common iron, now through friendship turned divine. Twixt man and wolf a bond was made, a power born within the blade. As much as he might claim not to accept humans, his actions sing a different tune. Oh, but keep that little observation between us, will you?
He's such a tsundere.
Any questions before you set off? Better ask now. You'll probably have to hit the ground running when you get to Nodcry.
Well, I guess that's it. Let's go back to Nodcry.
All right. Over to you, Dvalin.
Hello. How does Dvalin feel being reduced to nothing more than a bus?
The Knight of Boreas awaits below.
Oh, hey.
We must part
You're
ways
talking.
here. Barbatos and I have other plans. We will meet you again later.
You have teeth? Dvalin has teeth? Has he always had teeth? I know this is a stupid detail. Okay, I know this is a detail that does not matter whatsoever. But he has teeth?
Alright. Hey, wait. How are we getting down?
We're just going. Yeah, we're just going. Let the sword undo the sins of injustice. Yeah, Paimon, did you well, he's dead. Yeah,
Hold the
Paimon.
line! The enemy's on the brink of collapse!
Did you forget that we have a glider?
Grandmaster! It's...
the Traveler!
Ha! Reinforcements! It's about time!
Honorary Knight reporting for duty, Grandmaster.
And Paimon too!
Let's cut to the chase. What's the situation?
We're just about hanging in there. Most of their grunts are taken care of now. Their leader's gonna have to make a decision soon. Fight or flight? What will it be, mightiest knight of Boreas?
It's Boreas, but emo.
As expected, this hastily summoned Wild Hunt horde is nothing but a disorganized rabble. A mere shadow of the forces gathered by the Rahir of Solnari. But they have served their purpose. I now understand your tactics, and you, in turn, understand mine. This is fair. This is the way of chivalry. Farewell, heir to the knighthood of Boreas. Whether you choose to
it's
resist
pretty
me
obvious
or
that it was him.
not, I shall set right the injustices of this world. In the name of the blood-stained knight.
To quote a certain Japanese high schooler from 2009, I will be the god of this new world. Doing homework with one hand, writing names on the other. I will take a potato chip and eat it.
Guess they're retreating for now.
So that Wolf of the North lookalike, that was Andreas?
Nope. Didn't you see the name tag?
Why would he be leading the Wild Hunt? And why was he talking about the Bloodstained Knight?
Because that is the Bloodstained Knight.
Ugh, forget that. We can save the details for later. He was the enemy boss, right? Are we just gonna let him get away?
The enemy boss.
There's no point chasing after him. We've crossed blades already, and it ended in a stalemate. Right now, there's nothing we could do about him.
Why? As strong as he might look, surely he can't stand any Surely he can't be any stronger than the foes we fought before.
True. We're still not certain of his true identity, but whether he's a god corrupted by the abyss or a legendary knight, killing him might be just about possible, especially now that you're here. The difficult part is, we can't kill him right now.
Huh? What do you mean? Is he immortal or something?
No. Judging from our skirmishes so far, I don't think he's got any special abilities of that caliber. Nor does he have the ridiculous level of power wielded by the Five Sinners.
Thank you for acknowledging that.
But, compared to Rerir, our current foe clearly has a better understanding of how to exploit Nodcry to his advantage. Particularly when it comes to Andreas' remnant soul.
So what you're really worried about isn't so much the enemy himself, but the god remains.
Exactly. Sounds like you realize what the crux of the issue is. I managed to cut off a sample from our foe, which Albedo and Durin are analyzing as we speak. Meanwhile, our other allies should be making their way home from their own battles by now. Let's discuss this further when they're back. We still have some big challenges ahead before this expedition can finally be declared a victory.
You know, maybe they shouldn't have put Roland in the little, like, name tag when the wolf was speaking. Because, like, I feel like it's building up to at least a small reveal, and I feel like that ruins it by having the name tag there.
On me.
I mean, not that it wasn't obvious, but it's still nice to at least pretend to have some mystery, you know? I don't know, this is what I think.
The meeting's
Yoda.
probably gonna be in the biggest tent, right? Looks like a bunch of people are there already. Why don't we go chat with them?
The Favonius Keep. Hey girl, you doing good?
Hey, good to see you again. Oh, Boss Sneff asked me to pass on a message. She went to see Lauma and Columbina at the Frost Moon Scions.
Hey.
Apparently, there haven't been any changes to that space the Rahir of Solnari's in.
That means the recent Wild Hunt attacks have nothing to do with Rerir, right? Whew, that's a relief. Paimon doesn't fancy facing him again.
They're keeping a close watch on it just in case. With so many moon experts on the case, we're in pretty safe hands, huh? Oh yeah, Lauma and
Queen Columbina asked me to pass on a message too. Focus on the enemy you are facing. The moon will protect you all.
Cute.
Huh, you know something? These Knights of Favonius are paying me a pretty nice sum to deliver a few simple messages. Oh, Varka's a generous guy.
I'm gonna switch jobs. Music is very nice, very chill. Just looking around. Enough! How you doing?
Short distance propulsion module on cooldown. 15 minutes until next departure.
Right?
Switching to chat mode. Hello there, Paimon, traveler.
Inefo, what are you doing here?
Varka placed a sizable order with the Clink Clink Krumkake craft shop.
Okay.
Aino is hard at work producing the strategic reserve, while I am handling the deliveries. Secondly, I am also here to attend the meeting in her place.
Yeah, that makes sense. She's still, like, a kid. Rare. I am resting. Quit the watch on me. Literally. He's like, what? She got nothing to do with me. Hey, Flins. Wow, I'm tiny.
Huh? Flins! Paimon thought the Lightkeeper's rep would be Iqua or Nikita.
It's not like you to volunteer to attend a meeting.
You're quite right. However, Itlua and Nikita are both busy organizing the Ratniki's region-wide response to the recent attacks. And since I'm well acquainted with everyone else here, I was the one they recommended to attend the meeting.
Oh, so you don't even want to be here.
Sometimes you don't get a choice when there might be consequences down the line.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's called work. Makes sense. It's called work, buddy. Yeah, I know. It sucks. Oh, wow. Look at this place. Look at this little... Of course, some beer mugs, of course. Nice tent you got here, Varka. Dang. Nice little spot. Nope. Is this a map? Is a map of... Kind of? Alright, what do you got?
Hey, Honorary Knight. Looks like pretty much everyone's here. Oh, Beto and Durin are just wrapping up their analysis. You want to wait for them here?
Wait for the meeting or continue to mingle? I guess wait for the meeting?
Great. While we're waiting, could you update me on the situation in Mondstadt?
After updating Varka on the situation in Mondstadt, you explained the relationship between the God of the North Wind and the Bloodstained Knight to the attendees.
And that's where things stand. The Wild Hunt is no longer under the Reikir of Solnari's control, but it has been reborn from the ashes and is now launching widespread attacks. Intel from the Frostmoon Scions and the Curatorium of Secrets corroborates this. No disturbances have been detected in the space where Rere resides. What we are facing here is a completely new foe.
Summarizing current situation. To confirm, the present leader of the Wild Hunt is the creature resembling a wolf. Andrius, God of the North Wind.
More precisely, it's the external will that has seized control of Andrius' spirit. Namely Roland, the Bloodstained Knight.
Yeah. What? Never mind.
Whoa. Hold on. I'm completely lost. Isn't Roland some Mondstadter from like 500 years ago? How'd he suddenly get wrapped up with a god from 1,000 years in the past and the present-day Wild Hunt?
Allow us to explain that part. Are you familiar with compensation mechanisms? When an organism sustains damage, relevant tissues will undergo changes to offset the loss of function. For example, when one kidney is damaged, the other will be strengthened to compensate.
Okay.
Or, when a main artery is blocked, the collateral vessels become more active. Similarly, when the Wild Hunt lost their leader, the Abyss harnessed the memories that flow throughout the ley lines to fashion a new one, fit for the present circumstances.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
That new leader is a mirror image of Roland, the Bloodstained Knight.
So that wasn't the rear, oh my god. So that wasn't the real Roland, but rather an abyssal imitation. You know, honestly, at this point, like, I know I call the little enemies in Atlan, I like to call them mimics, Because that's basically what they are, right? They just mimic like enemies around, right? But I also remember that the Mare Javari, or the Mare Javari in quotation marks, that Bennett was in, was also explained to be like an abyssal simulation as well. So just like the abyss, in general, is just one massive mimic. Anyway, go on.
Right. No matter how strong the compensation is, it will never quite match the functionality of the original organ. The Roland replica can't possibly imitate Rerear's overwhelming power, nor his ability to disguise himself as others. So, the Abyss made use of the connection between Roland and Boreas to compensate for this lack of power.
The replica corrupted and took control of Andreas as he slumbered by the bank of Amsvartnir, ultimately manifesting as the giant beast that you all witnessed.
How many takes did it take for him to say that? Dang.
However, exactly why the Abyss chose Roland to mimic, and indeed how it was able to do so, remains unclear.
I guess he must have gotten caught up with the Abyss or Nodcry somehow during his wanderings through Tevat. But we can keep those questions on the back burner.
Okay, Paimon gets all that, but what did you mean when you said we can't kill him right now?
We need intel. We need information.
We can't kill him right now because a dead god may prove more dangerous
That is true, yeah.
than a
Actually,
living
yeah,
one.
no, that's true, yeah. Yeah, if you kill a god, you basically set off a bomb.
From intelligence gathered during the expedition, we have reason to believe that the power released when a god is felled can have catastrophic consequences for us mortals.
Oh my god! Thank you! So as you guys know, I'm just a little bit obsessed with Genshin lore. Just like the and the whole fact that killing a god sets off a bomb that kills anything within its radius has been something that like has been in my mind since the little oh actually I don't know, I think my avatar is covering Trey and Liyue, right? Where with the salt god, where like her people killed her and she was really weak. That's how her people were able to kill her. However, she was still a god, so when they did, like she basically set off an explosion that caused everybody within the room to turn to salt. They all died instantly, and that's something stuck in my head. I don't quick essentially something like no matter how weak it is, Avril was weak. Again, that's how she was able to get killed. No matter how weak a god is, the power that they contained, nothing against mortal, right? And that's like forever. Oh, better. No, sorry. Grow lore. Okay, what? Okay, what about now? What about now? Is it better? Is it better now? Oh no, I don't know. I don't know. How is it now? I'm not sure. There's like a slight little delay on my stream, so I do have to wait for a little bit. Oh god. Okay, it's good. Okay, good. Okay, where was I? Something. Oh my god, I'm losing my brain. Hello, hey. Yeah. The fact that like killing a god basically like sets off a bomb, basically kills anything within its radius, right? That has been in my brain forever, right? But here, see, the thing is that Genshin like barely ever brings it up, like basically never. It basically never brings that up, and because of that, like, it started to become, I think I've mentioned this with a couple other, like, lore tidbits. It's become one of those things that, like, I haven't seen it, like, the game hasn't acknowledged it in so long that, like, I start to wonder if this was, like, an actual canonical thing in the game, or if that was something that I made up. And so I was, like, there was a tiny part of me that's like, wait, what if I made that up? Because they only mentioned it really, like, once, which was in Havria's story. So, like directly, right? So, like, oh my god, like, y'all need to understand how, like, how happy it makes me to see the game be like, no, you're not crazy. No, you weren't hallucinating. And no, you did not make that up. That is something that is canonical to the game. And that, unlike with the Andrea stuff, has not been retconned. Oh my god, that's amazing. Thank god. Radiation is placed on the area, like an Inazuma with Orobashi, where, like, I don't think it ever said that, like, an explosion or anything, but, like, the dead god juice, like, it is still there, it's still kind of poisonous, it's still very dangerous. Anyway, that makes me so happy, oh my god. And even better part, okay, so, like, man, my avatar is covering it, but the second choice is, or when the humans turned into salt beneath Saltaire. Obviously, that was in reference to the quest in Liyue. But the first one, like when the tower fell in Storm Terror's lair, again, okay, I don't know if I've mentioned this on stream, but that was like one of my, well, again, it's not really like a big theory, it's more like a little baby theory that I had, that like, wait, what if the real thing that like destroyed the tower? I mean, obviously Alice destroyed like most of Old Mondstadt, but I was wondering, like, what if like the main thing that destroyed the tower was Decorabian's death? Because of what we learned in Liyue about what happens when a god dies. This one little moment, literally, like, because like I said, like, you might be like, you're getting way too excited about, like, nothing burgers, and you're right. Oh. Why is the audio glitching, specifically your voice? I don't know. Something's up with my mic. I don't know. Again with the mic. What about now? Not supposed to be doing that. Where was I was talking about something? Oh, yeah. Y'all might be like, this is nothing, like, you know, for nothing. And like, y'all kind of right, but like, as I already mentioned, this was not even like a theory per se, but it was a tidbit about the lore that is on my mind like all the time. But like, because the game like never acknowledges it, I really was starting to wonder if I made that up. So it is like so beyond happy to see that, like, no, it's not something, it is, but my tiny little baby theory that Decorabian's death caused the destruction of the tower. So happy. Okay, we can continue the story. Like when the tower fell in Storm Terror's lair?
Worse still, the wrath that remains after a god's passing becomes a source of endless turmoil. Once god remains contaminate the land, they will persist for thousands of years.
Exactly! Like the Tatarigami on Yoshiori Island and the Tataritsuna from Orobashi.
This land has already been ravaged by the Wild Hunt. If we add god remains to the mix, it'd be like adding salt to an open wound, placing everyone who lives here in perilous danger.
Query. While I can indeed find records of disasters caused by god remains in my database, there also appear to be cases of gods dying naturally with no ill effects. In Natlan, the passing of the Pyro-Archon's flame is a common occurrence throughout history.
Girl.
And even the part of Andreas, who remains in Mondstadt, has experienced death once before, has he not?
Okay, girly, but here's the difference. The Pyro-Archon isn't a god. It has powers of a god, but they're not gods, they're humans. They make that pretty clear. Number two, of Andreas that's Mondstadt, aka Boreas, is a spirit. Like, that's not Andreas himself.
Great question. Glad you asked. Honorary Knight, you said Lupus Boreas gave you a token to pass on to me? Please, present it now. It should help explain things faster. Come forth, Boreas!
This form has come to the end of its time. I'm afraid I can accompany you no further on your journey.
Dang it!
My soul will fall into silence, and my power will flow into the ley lines of this land. Perhaps this is all that a wolf can hope to do for humankind. Do not grieve for me, for this is the end I have chosen. Instead, remember that one day, your wandering too must come to an end. Where and when shall that be?
Wait, is Boreas actually dying?
A final wish before I slumber. Sing me a song. That melody you so often hummed in the taverns.
Mondstadt theme. Okay, it's a flashback then? Okay, it's probably a flashback. What was that?
You saw it too. You must have keen powers of perception. Not that it surprises me. That was Boreas' final thoughts before merging with the ley lines. It's the reason Mondstadt remains unharmed by his god remains. In his final moments, he made a choice to give everything he was to the ley lines. All to protect Mondstadt from harm.
Sounds like Andreas spent thousands of years searching for his place in the world, too.
Aww.
Yes. And now our task is to return the answer he found, the decision he made, to Andreas' heart. Only then can he break free from the corruption and control of the Abyss, and make that decision once more.
To merge himself with the ley lines.
I see. I would say that planting thoughts inside the mind of a god sounds a little far-fetched, but since it was his own wish to begin with, it sounds feasible to me.
Sorry, remember when I said that, like, the fact that Andreas could, like, split himself into, like, different beings kind of made me think, like, oh my god, is this foreshadowing about the Shades and the Heavenly Principles? I just kind of, like, thought about that a little more.
Wait, we already have a perfect solution? Then why are we even having this meeting? Let's go do this thing!
Ha ha ha. If only it were that simple. Unfortunately, this one thought alone is unlikely to be powerful enough to break through the Abyss's control and reach Andreas' heart. We need to find a way to make the thought within this sword stronger and more resilient.
For now, Boreas needs all his remaining strength to fight against the abyssal corruption to Mondstadt's ley lines. He can't afford to send us any more of his power. However, since his form was unstable during his journey with the first Knight of Boreas, many wolf spirit fragments were left behind along the way. If we can collect those fragments, we can use them to strengthen the decision to merge with the ley lines.
So we need to retrace his steps and look for random fragments? But they could be anywhere between Nodcry and Mondstadt. It'll be like looking for a needle in a haystack.
You don't need to worry about that. There's a few fragments left to gather in Nodcry, but apart from that, most of them are already inside this sword. I've been collecting them during the whole expedition.
Huh? Wait, really?
Convenient.
I mean, it's an expedition, not a stroll in the park. Each step of the way, we've been hard at work planning for every possible contingency. Not just the wild hunt in the abyss, but ancient gods remaining in Nodcry.
Sounds like this plan was a long time in the making. It's almost as if you foresaw the future.
Maybe he did.
As a matter of fact, I did.
True.
I caught a glimpse of fate's reflection. But I can't take credit for it. It was all thanks to the help of a few friends.
The scryglass.
Still, all I foresaw was that an abyssal calamity was brewing in the north. Had I known more, we could have saved a lot of energy. Instead, we've had to make best guesses, prepare for every possible scenario. If all that preparation went to waste, all the better for it. But anything that proved useful, we knew we'd be grateful for down the line.
And sure enough, now it's proving useful.
Sure is. Just one crucial step remains. We need to gather the last few wolf spirit fragments scattered around Nodcry, and use them to make the thought within this sword as strong as it could possibly be. According to what Boreas told me before we left Mondstadt, his form was at its most unstable at the beginning of his journey. That means the fragments here should be the most powerful ones. But of course, we've been tied up fighting battles since the day we set foot in Nodcry. First with the Wild Hunt, then with the Doctor. So, it wasn't until recently that we were finally able to confirm the status of the Wolf Spirit fragments. We now know there are 3 left to find.
Okay, so 3 more mini expeditions to go.
I managed to gather 1 fragment before Roland reappeared. I also have a confirmed location for the second, which I'll take care of in short order. As for the 3rd fragment, we've identified a general search area to focus on, but we'll need all hands on deck to pinpoint the exact location.
Oh, we made a lot of progress already.
The final snag is that since our foe is a replica of Roland, he too will be aware of Andreas' history. He's sure to try and sabotage our plans by any means at his disposal. So everyone needs to bring their A game.
Always 3, no more. True.
With our foe being from Mondstadt, it's our duty as Mondstadters to defeat him.
And since the Wild Hunt is involved, the Lightkeepers will provide their full support.
The Clink Clink Crumbcockcake Craft Shop will also help in any way we can.
And you?
So, what do they need me here for? Wait, I think maybe I signed a contract at some point. Didn't exactly scrutinize it, though. I mean, who actually reads those things anyway, right?
Great. Knew I could count on you all. Lastly, our friend from the Curatorium of Secrets will provide intel and relay battlefield communications. Looking at you, Yehoda.
So, you'll be darting back and forth across the battlefield, dodging the Wild Hunt and the shadow of an ancient god.
Aww.
I'm impressed by your courage, Miss Yehoda.
Yeah, courage, yeah.
Rating for Yehoda updated. Higher quality ingredients will be used to prepare your future meals.
Great.
Darn it! I should have known this payday wouldn't come that easy.
I'll deal with the second Wolf Spirit fragment, which we already know the location of. The moment you make any progress with Fragment 3, be sure to give me an update. Traveler?
Oh,
Could you join
hold
me
on
in
a second.
retrieving Fragment 2? I have a feeling that your unique constitution might come in handy.
Apologies, I was just informed that dinner was served. Anyway, I have a feeling your unique constitution, heck yeah. Sure, I was just about to ask what my job was.
All right, time is of the essence. Let's move out, people. Dismissed!
Faded warrior.
Speaking of contingency plans, I now recall that Varka also made a contingency plan when he asked me to deliver that letter.
Yeah. I remember.
Perhaps I should ask Aino to prepare some additional backup modules for me.
Aww. How you doing?
Remnant fragments of an ancient god. Thoughts stored inside a blade. Maybe I'm overthinking this, but I suspect there is more to Mr. Varka's plan than what he's revealed to us so far. Then again, the enemy can harness the Wild Hunt to spy on us wherever we go. As our commander, I'm sure he has his reasons for choosing not to tell us everything.
5D chess player. Oh god, girl, are you good?
Yehuda, you dummy! You took the stupid job of your own free will! Oh, crying isn't gonna get you out of it!
She's great.
Speaking of contingency plan,
Well, okay. So I'm thinking a couple things, guys. I'm thinking a couple things. I'm thinking that this could be a decent spot to end the stream. Because, like, what I was thinking was to continue it tomorrow, which I know, like, Pep doesn't stream twice a week anymore. What are you talking about? Well, quite simply, I would like to finish the, I would like to finish the quest, but I don't really feel like staying until midnight to do so, especially since it is, at least in, I don't know, it is a week. It's a weekday. Weeknight? Yeah, it's a weeknight. So I don't really feel like staying up super late. As much as I am loving the story, actually. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. So, actually, yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. We're gonna end the stream. Oh, the lag. Yep, the lag. Curse. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna end the stream for now. And just talk about little cool things that we have. Yeah, let's talk to Katarina. And I know it sucks ending it halfway, but like I said, I'm going to try my best to stream tomorrow. And I don't want to stay like super late. Unfortunately, streaming is not my job. Streaming is very much not my job.
Add Astro.
It was, but it wasn't.
Thank you for completing today.
Okay.
Add Astro.
Just grab. Okay. And actually, like, I noticed that. What the? Hey, dude. Cause I realized there's some more Nodcry has been. Whoa. Some more of Nodcry has been out. This little spot. So I'm assuming this is the spot where Andreas is at. That's pretty neat. Okay. Alright, but as for now, I think we're just gonna go back to the Infinite Void. Are there any achievements here? Oh wait, there is there's this. This little part. This is my favorite part of this track. This little violin section. So I just wanted to mention it because it came up.
Weapons need regular maintenance. Take good care of them.
Okay. Let's get to the scary, spooky Infinite Void. Let's put on the nice Animal Crossing music. Okay, what is this? I actually have a question for you. It's related to the dead god equals nuclear bombs. Is that something that all of the gods in this world have inherently in them, or is it something that they gain? To my understanding, it's something that all gods have. To my understanding, because yes, Enougha does say that there have been gods who died without there being like an explosion or anything, right? And immediately I was thinking like King Deshret, right, where he died and seemingly there doesn't seem to be a disaster going on and that occurred in Sumeru. but like it's kind of like what I pointed out with everything else that Anefa said, where she's like, oh well, the Pyro Archon has died, and it's like, well, yeah, because the Pyro Archon isn't a god. They have powers of gods, but they're not gods. And when she says, oh, like Boreas has technically died, but it's like, yeah, but Boreas is a spirit of Andreas. Like, that's not, Boreas is a spirit. It's not like Andreas the god himself. It's more so like barely even a fragment. It's the spirit of him, right? And I was gonna mention, like, with Deshret, I think the story of his death is still a little bit up in the air, but one thing that is, like, pretty clear is that, like, wherever he died in, which is probably the Golden Slumber, it was like a contained space, or he was fed by a pep, but we don't know too much about that. What I mean is that, like, at least with Deshret's death, it's not like they make it a point, but there is he had like a whole like project he was working on with this like virtual world, whatever the heck, right? And since Naval Malikata seemingly died in the Golden Slumber, I think it's safe to say that he died there too. Although, to be fair, I do need to freshen up on my Sumeru history. It is one of the nations where the lore I don't have like 100%, but I'm like pretty sure it's implied that Deshret died in the Golden Slumber, which is a separate place, I guess, from Sumeru, which could explain why Sumeru wasn't bodied when he died. Yeah. I was also thinking, like, Remus, but I'm pretty sure it's implied that, like, Remus died, and it was one of the reasons. I don't know if it's one of, or it's the reason why Remuria was flooded. It's something, I don't remember it super well, but, like, I'm pretty sure it is implied that, like, yeah, like, part of, not all of it, but at least part of Remuria's destruction was when he died. So, like, to answer your question, from what I can tell, okay, maybe they retconned this, I don't know, but from what I can tell, from what I understand of the lore, it does seem to be, like, a thing. Like a thing with the gods. So, yeah. Anyway, so, for this story quest, I said at the beginning of the stream, like, cautiously optimistic, because Genshin story quests, character story quests, are extremely hit or miss. This one is not a Varka quest. This is an Andreas quest. The game's lying to you when they call this a Varka quest. But for an Andreas quest, I'm really liking this, actually. I'm really loving it. So the nuclear bomb upon death is a thing that is natural upon all... is a thing that all natural-born gods contain. That's from what I can tell, yes? Or that's from what I understand, because, like, so far there hasn't been anyone in the game that I'd say debunks that. Because, like I said before, like, Anefa mentions a few, like, discrepancies, but like I said, you know, Pyro Archon's not a real god. Boreas ain't even a god, he's a spirit of a god. And, like, the one dead god that I can think of that didn't cause, like, like a catastrophe, I guess, is Deshret, where the circumstances of his death are kind of mysterious, but, like, if I remember correctly, is implied that it was elsewhere. So, yeah. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, so for an Andreas quest, this is pretty good, honestly. Like, I'm really liking this, mostly because, and I've mentioned this so many times when I've done character story quest, they actually make it about the character, not Varka. This is Varka's story quest, but it's not about Varka, it's about Andreas. They're actually making it about him and his backstory and who he is as a character, which is really sad to say, that which isn't really common in Genshin story quest. They're starting to do it a lot more now, which took them absolutely forever. I thought that was obvious. I thought that's what the story quests, that was the purpose for them existing, but like, okay, whatever. Now that I think about it, Rex Lapis being assassinated can be seen as deception because he never exploded. That's true. That is true. He never did. Which is a nice little, like, wink wink to the audience of, like, he's not actually dead. So hypothetically speaking, if someone can make a synthetic god, it couldn't turn into a nuclear bomb upon death. I mean, I guess not, unless it's programmed. That's what I think, at least. I don't know. But yeah, it's actually about him. We get to learn a lot of really cool lore, although I feel like it does retcon things. Because, okay, from what I remember of OG Andreas lore, him and Decorabian were trying to fight for Mondstadt, right? For a piece of Mondstadt, and more importantly, to become the Animo Archon. That's what they were fighting for. It was the Archon War. And Andreas, during the war, because he had domain, well, Andreas, Boreas, the wolf, I guess I'll use Boreas because it's more accurate now. And yes, I'm gonna keep calling him Boreas. I'm not going for this Boreas stuff. It's Boreas. And yeah, so they were fighting for the position of the Animo Archon, and Boreas, in this like war, was the reason, like, basically created the inhospitable snowstorm that but like that ravaged Mondstadt, let's say. Because Mondstadt, back in the day, like before Venti, before Barbados, Mondstadt was like a winter mountainous wasteland that was like barely livable. It was cold, it was snowy, and it was mountainous. People lived there, but like barely, right? Before, Venti like changed it all. But, people still lived there. But Andreas created blizzards, and that blizzard made the already really difficult land like basically impossible to live in, which was one of the reasons why Decorabian created the storm barrier to it was to protect his people, but of course the people saw it as like a cage and stuff. That was the whole reason, right? And at a certain point, I don't think the original lore makes it clear if it was before or after, but around the time of Decorabian's death, Boreas, I guess. Sorry. Boreas comes to a realization where if he were to become the Animo Archon, like if Decorabian were to die, which he did, if he were to become the Animo Archon, he would have to take care of humanity, of the humans living in Mondstadt. And Andreas, although he does care for humanity, doesn't want to rule humanity. He shares no love, let's put it. And because he doesn't have that same level of love that the other gods had, he knew that he would be a bad leader, which led him to the choice of sacrificing himself and pouring all of his power into the land of Mondstadt for the benefit of people, which was the reason why the Wind Spirit could become the Animo Archon, which became Venti. He created an anti-storm spire, and more like a storm barrier, that surrounded his city. But the fact that Andreas died, again, at least in this original lore, was the entire reason Venti was even able to become the Animo Archon in the first place, right? So that was basically Boreas lore originally. And I'm not saying that they changed it completely. They still keep it pretty consistent. They still keep it pretty consistent of him claiming to not care about humanity. He does secretly, the fact that he's from Nodcry, that's fine. That makes sense, It was the Archon War. Gods were seizing everybody's territory. It does make sense that he would come from elsewhere. And he did leave Mondstadt, I guess. He did exert his power into Mondstadt to protect it. Like all of the basic broad strokes of his original story are still there. But I think the retcons come about with not that Boreas is a spirit of Andreas, that's been a thing since forever, but that he didn't sacrifice himself during around Decorabian's death, and he instead just left Mondstadt to return to Nodcry, the fact that Andreas, like the god himself, is slumbering, the fact that it wasn't Andreas who died in Mondstadt, but it was Boreas, you know, a fragment of Andreas who died in Mondstadt. Like, all of that, no, that's a retcon. That's a retcon, right? Like, I think that's a retcon. Again, like, not like a massive retcon. They still keep most of his story intact, but it feels like it feels like a bit of a retcon. Or maybe I'm the one who's wrong. Maybe I'm the one who's wrong. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm remembering the lore wrong. But I'm starting to feel like this is a retcon, and if it is, not that it's like the most surprising thing ever. Genshin's been around for like 6 years at this point. If we're including the manga, like, oh god, that's like 8 years, like damn near a decade. So retcons are obviously bound to happen through the development of the game. But if this is an actual retcon, this would be like the first, like, noticeable, to me, the first noticeable retcon that, again, to me, Genshin has done. Because they have yet to retcon the webcomic, which I am surprised by. If there was any piece of Genshin media that I was fully expecting them to retcon, it was the webcomic. But no, they've kept that pretty consistent as well. So yeah. Other than that, though, I'm really liking the story. Definitely one of the better Genshin story quests. If you see it as Andreas' story quest and not Varka's. Because no, bullshit. This isn't Varka's story. This is Andreas's. But for an Andreas story, I'm really liking this. But, yeah, no, I guess that's basically all I have. Like I said a little earlier, I do plan on streaming tomorrow, because I do want to get this quest finished, but I do not want to stay up super late. So, I will leave it at that. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. Quest is enjoyable so far. Can't wait to see what happens. I am interested in this Bloodstained Knight, who is definitely, his armor is totally a Patriotist. This guy stinks because he ain't cleaning that blood off. And can't wait to learn more about Andreas, you know, and how Varka connects all of this as well, because this is still supposed to be Varka's story quest. But, yeah, no, that's it. Yeah, I guess that's it, yeah. Bye. Oh, wait, the music, no! Bye!